Wanted to talk about what differentiates the companies that do well over the long haul and which ones don't. And it has to do with what happens when the economy is bad, not when it's good. So if you want to find out more, stay tuned. Hey, Matt Lenzner here. I'm a 30-year veteran of the professional services industry, and I'm also the creator and CEO of Bizinta software. And over the course of all these things, I've learned a lot, and I'm trying to share this knowledge with the community. So one of the realities of being in a business, especially if you're a smaller company, is that when the economy is good, you have money, but no time. And when the economy is bad, you have time, but no money. So what do you do when the economy is bad? Because it's easy to feel like you need to be super conservative and preserve everything, preserve your money, especially, and then be ready to go again. So what do good companies do though? Good companies take that time when they have the time and maybe they don't have the money to improve their business, to invest in their business, increase their efficiency. They're going to grow slower. And then you just keep repeating that cycle over and over again. And then the companies that invested during the slow periods are the ones that just start pulling away because they took care of the things that were holding them back during the good times when they were trying to grow as fast as they could. And now this next time around, they're ready to go, or that other company, they still have those same problems because they haven't fixed anything. Like I mentioned in a different video, they might be at that 40 person barrier, and then they're just going to run right into it again. So maybe they'll be at 40, they'll drop down to 30 during the hard times, and then they grow again, they hit 40 again, they're stuck. Whereas the other company goes down to 30, invests. Now they've built a company that can go beyond 40, so when things grow, they can continue to grow and then, keep growing and adding value to their company. So then the question is, how do you be that company that's going to thrive during a downtime? And there's a few things, instead of freezing, and this was put into stark reality here during COVID, was just everybody was just paralyzed, right? They didn't want to do anything. And then there was a few that were still investing, and then now they've grown. And because of the industry I'm in and who we sell to, I see the companies and I see which of our customers has grown and which one are kind of still the same company. So the first thing is sort of accept, and I alluded to this already, accept that there's going to be a good times and bad times, right? So when things are good, you should be always planning for when those good times end. So what does that look like? That's like, socking some money away or not overextending yourself. If you're losing money during the good times, then you're going to get walloped during the bad times. So you have to be very careful. I mean, in our business of professional services, it's not like a startup company where you can just lose money for 10 straight years, but you grew so fast. It doesn't matter because the way our companies work, we have to hire people in order to increase capacity. We're never going to be able to grow that fast. So what it's the next thing is, as soon as things turn, and this was really good advice I got from one of my business coaches. He says, you cut to cash. So what does that mean? That means you need to cut your business down. So when things start to turn, you're not losing money. You continue to make money even during a slow time. Those are some tough decisions you might have to make and let people go. But that's, once again, the nature of the business, right? When things are growing, you can never find enough people, and then when things are slow, then there's people everywhere to hire, right? And there's maybe people that you had a lot of trouble hiring, and you're reluctant to let them go or cut them off. Getting rid of somebody, especially if they haven't done anything wrong, is tough. But ultimately, you've got to, do what's best for the company. So if you can cut to cash so that you can still make money, and then you can take advantage of that time, then you can invest what money you have and what from your rainy day fund and from whatever you're still able to earn during the slow time and start working on your business, right? One of the things that I think is super weird is like software is always cheaper. If you can automate something, that saves so much money. So if you're automating things during a slow period, yeah, you're spending more. Theoretically, you're spending more money, right? Because you're buying software or whatever. But if that's increasing the efficiency of your company, that's actually saving you money. There's no reason not to do it, even when things are slow. But there's this psychology that's going on of like, I can't change anything, or invest in anything because I don't have any money or money is tight. So that's what happens. You increase your efficiency. So then when the good times then you have to grow. And what normally happens when you grow is efficiency goes down, right? Your company grows bigger and bigger and bigger. You outgrow maybe some systems, but you don't want to leave all that money on the table, right? You're going to keep growing to try and capture as much money as you can. That's fine. It's perfectly normal. There's no reason, if there's money on the table, there's no reason you don't take as much as you can, of course. But what that means is if you want to be able to do it and operate your company that way, you have to also be ready for that downtime and be ready to invest so that you're able to do that the next time. So this is one of my things, one of my bugaboos or whatever, that I'm always yelling from the rooftops. Please, please, please invest. Invest when things are slow. That's what differentiates you from the other company. I'm a history buff, right? For an army or whatever, it's called stealing a march. Like while they're sleeping, while they're hunkered down, or the weather's bad or whatever, you're doing a march while they're doing that and gaining an advantage over them. And then the next day, you got a whole 20 miles ahead of them to whatever objective you're trying to get to the city first, the bridge first, or whatever. It's a competitive business, right? That's when you can take the advantage. That's when you can get ahead of your competition, because during good times, usually everybody's going as fast as they can. There's not enough consulting resources around. So there's no way to get ahead. Everyone's growing, but then at the bad times is when people shrink or they fall behind. And then that's when you are able to make those investments. So this channel, it's an experiment. We're trying to bring knowledge and good business practices to the professional services community. If you like this, please like down below, comment. I'd love to hear from you and see what you think. If you have ideas for things that you'd like me to talk about, I'd be happy to do that. If you want to talk to us or anything, there's a link down below that you can get in touch with us. Just reach out. We'd be happy to.
This podcast was brought to you by Bizinta. Bizinta is an all-in-one cloud platform for professional service firms that combines time tracking, scheduling, invoicing, project management, and real-time reporting to help teams run operations more efficiently and improve profitability. For more information, click the link below.